So I was talking about the encounter with my reptile cousin. At that time, I didn't know anything about reptiles. I didn't know anything that they exist. I didn't know anything. I just didn't know. I just didn't know. I didn't even know that my neighbors are one of them. So, anyway, so we sat and talked in front of my truck. She came with her camper because she was traveling Spain with her camper. Or she was making holiday vacation. Anyway, van life. Van. So we're talking. Then all of a sudden I'm just feeling, oh, my energy level is I'm getting tired, and I feel like I'm really, somebody is taking a piece of myself out of me. And it's just as if I'm losing something, and I didn't know what it is that I'm losing, really. So some reason I was just, so since we were in a conversation, we're talking about, and by that time it was a fresh COVID. COVID was the fresh conversation and talks when you meet people. Are you jabbed or not? Why are you not jabbed? So she was explaining why she had to be jabbed because she has asthma, and when she has asthma, she cannot risk to get sick, and then so she gotta have to be sure on the safe state. I said, hey, don't worry. Um, I'm not the one to judge people why they got jabbed or not. Everybody take a decision. They have their reasons. I had my reasons why I didn't get that jab, and I would never allow such a jab in my body. And everybody else who has, anyway. So we were talking there and talking. No, 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 no. So she, the whole time she was talking, we were talking, and I thought maybe it's because we were hearing by that time I was still in the new age, fresh, still not fresh, but almost with one foot out, but really still in everything, believing everything that is on the net, what the new age spirituality is spreading around there. And you have been hearing a lot that don't talk to the people who are jabbed. They're gonna infect you because there is something or whatever. There were reasons why you cannot talk to them, you cannot hug them, you cannot talk to them. It was about the division, the jabbed one and the unjabbed one, and the na 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 na. So and then I thought like, oh, maybe she got. I don't know how I came to that conclusion that yeah, I realized by that time, and now I realize again that something has been taken from me, and it is my energy. And I've just said, okay, my conclusion and my only explanation were okay. Since she's jabbed, maybe she's suffering under the consequences that I'm hearing about, or what the jabbed people, vaccinated people, suffering from, because there were a lot of stories about this and this and this. So I thought, okay, maybe since I was spiritually eager, and spiritual ego was so big and so growing, I came like, okay, man, she can take some energy of me. Okay, I'm a great soul. I can take it. You know, if she, no, she can she needs no, I said like she needs energy for healing, because I was thinking about that. She's healing somehow. She needs some healing energy from me, and this is what she's taking. This is what I feel. This is what I thought so back then. No, 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 no. She's a reptile. She was really hungry, and she was really sucking a lot of energy out of me just by sitting and talking. And then in that moment, she's really taking a lot of, because she said, "Oh, so you live here?" I said, "Yeah." And then I don't know how we talk about. Can you imagine living here? She said, "No, it is too quiet for me." In German, she said, "Es ist mir zu ruhig. Ich brauche Leute um mich herum. I need people around me. I need some action around me." She said, and this is also what the Sarah, the reptile lady that I was also dating, but online, she said the same thing about my place. Though she was not there, but as we were video telephoning, and I showed her everything, and I talked about who's closer and how's peaceful and how. By that time, back then it was peaceful, not now. Now it's just because of the reptiles causing always crack, 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 for whatever reasons they do that. Um, She said also the same thing. Das ist mir auch so wichtig. Ich brauche Leute um mich herum. So, especially as we were talking about she's moving to Spain to live with me. Well, we were talking about that. Huh? To live with me, planning some future together. Because really, she really, but back then she was a fluster booster, trust booster for my twin flame who said, du wurdest abgelehnt, and so on. So I said, okay, from here on, I move on with my life. And she came really at the right time, at that time where I really had to let her go, and she came really in that moment. So it passed. It really faded that moment. So we were talking about we move together, and she was also trying to tell me that no, I also need a lot of people around me, and then I don't have a driver license, so I cannot live. So I need to live in a city. I said like okay, here there is no buses that drive to the city, so here you need a Führerschein. But hey, if you need to go to the city, I can drive you. You just need to tell me, and I can pick you up when you're finished. I don't have to hang around with you there, but I can pick you up when you're finished, and so on. She said, nah, that will be too complicated. I need to be really standish. And I said, standish, what is it? Yeah, always around people. I didn't know. I said like, man, hey, by the time I said like, hey, man, you are a spiritual person. You need to just somehow go into yourself and just be with yourself and be out of, away from people for some few weeks or for some days. You have to be able to do that, man. By now, every awakened soul has to be able to stay 2 weeks or 1 month without meeting people, just meditating and just going inside and just clearing inside and just healing in whatever you. Why do you need people around you all the time for? That was for me. It was like back then for me. I said like, hey, how spiritual are you actually? Are you spiritual like you think you are? Like you're claiming to be, like you're presenting yourself to be. In myself, I thought so. That was the first thing that I said, like, take a step back and observe that, because I really don't want uneven yoked. In the Bible talked about you cannot put together unevenly yoked people. So spiritually you have to be on the same, almost, at least on the same level, or at least in the same direction. Otherwise, the other one will pull the other one down. The other one will, it is not good. This is what the Bible talks about. This is what Jehovah's Witnesses are used to always use as a reason for you not to marry a non-Jehovah's Witness. So I know this scripture very well. Unevenly yoked. So I said like, I see some unevenly yoked there. I have to observe a little bit more. That's the time when I started taking a step back and after brains to threaten and to hit the brake a little bit and say like, let's slow down. Let's get together. Let's just get to know each other before we start talking about moving together, because she was already telling me, yeah, and therefore we have to move to Mallorca and not. Also when I would like to go to Spain and to live in Spain, and I see myself in Spain and in my vision that I'm getting, because she's giving herself to be getting some visions, whatever. And I see myself living in Spain, but not now, and also not in a first land, in the mainland. In the insel like Mallorca, so if you can consider to move to Mallorca, we can talk about living together, because I really want to live together with you. And then, so she was really trying to pursue me to move to Mallorca and to live here and to go there. And then she said, yeah, since you are the man, you go ahead first of all and make things clear there. And when everything is clear, the house or the apartment is finished, then I can come. No, that was just a tactic for her to. Now that I know what was her mission was just to finish me, to bring me to her colleagues, like to Andreas, so that he can install some stuff in the name of Lemuria. That was also her plan. So there were a lot of people who came in my life just as claiming as friends, like and then directing me to their colleagues with the offer to just shut me down. because they knew who I am before I even knew myself who I am. They knew who I am and what mission I have before I even knew it. So she knew that my mission, soul mission, is here in Spain, in the mainland. And to avoid me stepping into my soul mission, she had to redirect me. And since I said, like, yeah, I would like to live in Spain, she said, no, then of the insel, at the islands, Mallorca. And I said, like, that was also another red flag. Why do you need Mallorca for? Mallorca is a party, Balamana, poor. And I'm talking about spirituality and spiritual and spiritual retreat center, and you want to say Mallorca to Balaman, and I'm looking for a place where I can where it is quite peaceful, ruhish, so that I can have people who comes to me for healing and for coachings. This is what I say, like, hey, that's another mismatch again. Né? The yoke again doesn't match. Né? But now I know, since I get to learn to wake up to her reptile nature, I know, oh my goodness, she was just trying to get me, to redirect me away from my soul calling, from my soul mission, namely the mainland, namely Spain, where I am in Tortosa. Around. Anyway, getting back to my truck before it gets too long, I'm not going to sell my truck. I'm not going to sell my land, because when I sell my land, also if I sell it to a non-reptile, the possibility is there that the reptiles, they cannot buy it away back from that person. Then I don't know and I don't have influence on it. And then they put the parcel again together. So that's why I'm not going to sell my land. That is a quite clear assignment for myself. I'm not going to sell my land, so my truck will also remain here. This will be my museum of life. Yeah. And when people comes to me and wants to be coached by me, and then, like I said, I can bring them here. We're going to make a tour here, and then say, hey, listen, look at that, and so on. So when I have enough money, I'm just going to put a fence, or I'm just going to fence my land, or at least the area where the truck is. And that's it. And it's going to stay like that. And one day when I die, I'm going to come back with another video, because it's going to get